I promise you, there's nothing special about me. I just have an insane work ethic. I will not give up. I'm just going to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
Dream Supply.
So, who is Michael Mueller?
I would say that Michael Mueller is a husband, a father, a son, a brother, a dream chaser, and a storyteller. So M3 is it's a condensed version of Michael Mueller Media. I have one of those last names that people love to jack up.
Michael Mueller.
Bueller. And it was always a mouthful to say Michael Mueller Media. And M3 is just a condensed version of that. And the creative part represents everything that we do as a whole, as a team. Two years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. Like, I never would have envisioned owning a studio. But then things started happening to where that's what made sense to do next.
You're in a place where there's not a studio like this. You have musicians that can come in, actors, directors. You've created an avenue for people to come in and hone in on the creative ability.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time creating a vibe and a certain feel for when people walk in so they could be inspired and motivated to create. One of the biggest reasons behind building the studio was that there was not space like this available. So for me, to get to any studio, I would have to go downtown, and then it was just a limited studio. It would either be a photography studio or a recording studio or whatever, but here we have a space where it's everything. The hardest part was just being outside of my realm, which, you put me on set, you put me in an editing bay. I'm not intimidated, I'm not scared, I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna hash it out. Buying a building, and essentially it was 4 walls and a roof, coming in and all of a sudden having to work with architects, having to deal with contractors, subcontractors, the county inspector, the fire marshal. A lot of work. You know, a lot of times you spend so much money, you get in so deep and you're like, damn, should I, is all of this worth it? This is the editing studio and recording studio. I mean, like, all of a sudden, I was like, what did I sign up for? Like, it was just so outside of my norm. Like, I had never dealt with any of those things before. Blood, sweat, and tears. This is not even my lane of what I do. And I probably wanted to give up 1,000,000 times during the process because you're just like, it's just not meant to be. There were days where it was just like, maybe it's time to throw the towel in.
Getting through those hard times, what got you through the anger? I can imagine being angry. I can imagine being defeated, feeling like everything is just coming in on you at one time. How did you get through that?
Well, what I try to do from a mental standpoint of it is, okay, if I quit, well then what do I do? This was my next step. This is what I considered my next level. So what do you think? Do you like the studio? Yeah? Is it pretty cool? That is insulation, so it keeps the building warm. I feel too like as a father, I couldn't give up because then I gotta tell my younger ones a story of me giving up instead of me finishing and getting to the end regardless of how tough it is. Now check this out, man, check this out, look at this. Look at all that space, studio space, baby. It's magnificently glorious. now that I can come in this space and work and other people can enjoy this space, it was worth it. It was worth it.
How do you bring value to your community and to others?
I think when you live in a space, a lot of small businesses have that opportunity to become the advocate of whatever their industry is for the community. We offer a variety of free workshops for small businesses that helps with branding, marketing, different things like that. So those things, we try to bridge the gap for people. The other thing that we started doing, and this was last year, was an after-school filmmaking workshop with the students at Hampton High School. So we had about 25 students, and we were every week, every Thursday, we were doing 2 hours developing characters, writing a script. You know, the best way to give back is to provide value to people without the expectation of anything in return.
What does success look like to you?
Success for me is pretty simple. It's waking up every day, getting to do what I love to do and provide for my family doing it, period.
Those who are looking up to you, those who are watching you, those who want to follow in your footsteps, what piece of advice would you have given these people?
Aim higher.
Aim higher.
Yeah.
Meaning?
Yeah, that's why it's just aim higher. Like don't like, cause see, if you try to do, or you try to fall in line with what anybody else has ever done, then you're not reaching for something greater. Like, I looked for something that wasn't there and decided that's what I wanted to build, and that's what we have here. So find the gap in whatever it is and create it. You know what I mean? Like, and then don't give up on it, no matter what.
Okay, in closing, 3 words to sum up your life.
The dream over everything.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it on. I wake up flex. Thumb down that check. No drip is white. Tell 'em run it on. No sleep, no rest.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this special episode of Dream Supply, the making of the M3 Creative Studio. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for next week's episode, where we begin with my journey into becoming a professional creative. I think there's a lot of valuable information that people will be able to use in their own journey. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks guys. Remember, keep the dream over everything. Ciao.